皆さん、こんにちは。今回は、ファイトハブ TV によるジェシー・ロドリゲス選手のトレーナー、ロバート・ガルシア氏へのインタビューを翻訳しました。インタビュアーは、登録者数約198万人を誇る巨大チャンネル、ファイトハブ TV の創設者、マルコス・ビジェガス氏です。
What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, being joined with Robert Garcia, the trainer of Bam Rodriguez, who's highlighting this card with Duran and is coming up this Saturday on DAZN, a mandatory title defense for Bam, but returning from a spectacular win against Gallo Estrada, where Bam stamped himself as one of the, if not the premier fighters in these lighter divisions. Robert, thank you for joining us. Let me know how the mood has been for this fight. I know it's a mandatory defense, but let me know how this preparation compares to the one you guys had for Gallo.
Thanks for having me, Marcos. Look, it is different because for Bam's just for him to motivate himself and to push himself to the next level is the challenges. And you know, when he fought Gallo last June, if it wouldn't have been Gallo, then I don't think Bam would have fought. He would have rather wait because he had just had his newborn daughter, and he told me, you know, if it's not Gallo, then I don't even want to fight. For this one, we were kind of in the same situation. He was we were hoping that he was going to unify against one of the other champions, but none of the champions were available. So he was thinking maybe I'll just wait. You know, I'll wait till next year and hopefully we get one of the champions. But it happened to be that Pedro Guevara is our mandatory. It was something that the WBC, you know, push for us too. If we're not unifying, when we have to do our mandatory. So being that it's a mandatory, you know, it obviously made Bam want to take the fight and need to take the fight, or else anything could happen in boxing. You know, with these organizations, you don't know when they want to help somebody or when they don't want to help you either. We don't know when they're gonna put you a champion in recess or they're gonna give you your title back even after you lost. They've done it before. You know, you lose a fight and then, you know, whatever it is, and you'll get your title back or you get a first opportunity. With the organizations, we don't know. So I told Bam, look, Bam, if we reject this fight and we say no, we might have, you know, you don't know what the WBC is gonna do. Pedro Guevara is the interim WBC champion, and he's Mexican. So you know the WBC is gonna favor him because he's Mexican. So they're gonna, you know, they might put you a champion in recess or something, and then they have him fight somebody else. So he, you know, we were in that situation where Bam, you know, had to take the fight, and he trained hard. You know, he trained hard. He knows everything that's in line. You know, his next fight could be a unification. So he knows that it's an important fight. So he trained very hard. We had great sparring partners, and he's in great shape.
Rumors have been flying, Robert, and so I just want to get, you know, maybe your insight to your information as to like these potential fights for Bam. I saw something online. I don't know how much truth there was, but on that February card, they're mentioning that Bam could be on that card against Roman Gonzalez. Is there any truth to that?
You know what? There's no truth to that. I don't even remember who I talked to, but you know, I guess I just want to get news out there. You know, when Bam, you know, before Bam and Chocolatito sparred each other, there was always, you know, that talk about, oh man, that would be such a good fight. But Bam and Chocolatito always said that Mr. Honda told them both he doesn't want to see that fight, and he doesn't want to see that. So we thought we're never gonna fight him. But after the sparring matches, after the sparring sessions that we had, it looked like Chocolatito, you know, after Bam beat Gallo, Chocolatito said, you know, there was a few interviews where Chocolatito said that he would like to fight Bam, and that he got the best out of Bam in sparring, which the sparring was great. I'm not saying Bam got the best I'm not saying Chocolatito did. I think the sparring was so close and so great.
No, wait. Are you just saying that to be nice, Robert, and you really know what happened?
No, it was really good sparring.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the sparring was very good, very close. Chocolatito's got a lot of experience, man.
Yeah.
Chocolatito's the real deal. So we did see an interview where Chocolatito said that he would like to fight Bam. So I brought that up and I said, look, Chocolatito already said that he is willing to fight him. So we would be too. But no date. There's Matchroom has not one single time brought it up. Mr. Honda has not brought it up at all. It was just me saying, well, Chocolatito already said he would like to. He thought he got the best out of Bam. So if they were to put it together, we would be down to do it. But there's never been no talk about it being in Saudi or already a date in February. Not whatsoever. But if it does come to happen, why not? It would be nice.
Yeah, part of me is bummed because I was hoping that there was some truth to it, that maybe Mr. Honda was like, hey, you know what? Fans want to see this fight. Bam wants this. Roman wants this. It's a great fight. It's a big fight. It makes sense. Let's go ahead and make it happen, because for the last 6 months, year on this topic, the language has been like, no, I don't think it'll happen. And now it seems like everyone is okay with it happening. We don't know how Mr. Honda thinks, but everyone else is okay with it happening. Do you think because of that, there's a strong possibility that if it is brought up to his promoter, Mr. Honda, that he'll go through with it and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this fight.
Well, look, if there's no unification, because Bam wants the fights. I mean, and against Chocolatito, it would be a big fight. It would be a huge fight.
Yeah, it's big.
So if it's not a unification and that fight is brought up, then we'll definitely consider it. We'll definitely look into it. Not sure, what the plan will be after, especially after Puma just got stripped, after the Japanese lost his title to the kid from Africa. I don't know what the plan's going to be now. For us, it was, okay, we could fight the Japanese and then we fight Puma for undisputed because he had 2 belts. But now he doesn't. Now he only has 1. And if he beats Ioka again, then it could be a good unification, but it won't be for undisputed. I don't know. If that doesn't happen, a fight against Chocolatito would be beautiful, man. Chocolatito's a great fighter, man. He's a legend. It would be a very, very interesting fight.
これから流れるのは、先週行われた、ゲバラ戦後のジェシー・ロドリゲス選手のインタビューです。
115-pound champion now. How strong are you feeling at this weight class?
I feel good. This is my weight class right now. Got a few more fights here, and then we'll see where we go from there.
You said a few more fights here. You've got a lot of different options. You are the biggest star in this division. What do you want to do next?
Any unification fight. I'm ready right now.
About a year ago, the idea of you facing Roman Gonzalez was ruled out by both you guys. His co-promoter said, no, we're not going to do that type of fight. But over the last 6 months, we've heard a lot from Chocolatito saying he's ready for that type of fight. If that fight's on the table, how interested are you in taking on Gonzalez?
I'm ready for it. If the unifications don't come, why not?
What would it mean to you to take on the last of these 4 kings from that flyweight era?
That'd be badass. Take them all out.
Congratulations, Ben.
Thank you.
With Fight Hype, Bam, I just wanted to ask you, when you think about your next fight, what's more important to you? Is it a unification bout and getting more titles? Or is it a name like you had mentioned in the ring, maybe Chocolatito, which would help grow your profile?
I would love the unifications, but if the fights don't happen, then a fight with Chocolatito makes sense as well.
同じチームなので当然ですが、ロドリゲス選手もガルシア氏も一貫して統一戦を優先するという姿勢ですね。ローマン・ゴンサレス選手はどの団体でもいい位置につけています。現在37歳ともあり、ロドリゲス選手との試合を最後に引退を考えているかもしれませんが、ベルトを保持することが最も確実に対戦できる方法なので、どこかで王者を目指すのでしょうか。WBA は井岡一翔選手とフェルナンド・マルティネス選手が年末に戦い、IBF も12月に3位と4位の選手が決定戦を行うようです。WBO には田中康生選手を下し、新たに王者になったカフ選手がいます。これからどのようなキャリアを歩むのかはわかりませんが、全盛期を過ぎているとはいえ、ゴンサレス選手の試合は楽しみです。
But then, I don't know, maybe knowing that there's not an undisputed, the chance to become undisputed soon, then Bam might even consider moving up to 118. It's a possibility. I think he could compete at 118. I think that there's a couple of great fights. One in particular that would be huge. So that's also a possibility. You know, I don't know. We'll see after our next our Saturday fight, and we'll see what Matchroom has planned for next year. If the unifications are there, then we're definitely going to do that.
What's that fight at 118 that you think is huge?
Look, against somebody like Nakatani.
Yes, that's the one I want to see.
There's no other, you know, I know, you know, Chocolatito also, there's also word of Chocolatito fighting at 118. Gallo wants to fight at 118. So those are also, you know, if they win a title thing and we move up to 118, we would love to get that. You know, those would be huge fights. Chocolatito or Gallo rematch at 118. You know, those are way bigger fights than staying at 115 and trying to unify, trying to become undisputed. But it's going to take us 3 fights to get there. Where if at 118 Gallo has already won a title or Chocolatito has won a title, those are huge fights. And then Nakatani is probably the biggest fight out there. You know, I think that's the direction we would take at 118. Nakatani is there. I know he also has plans of maybe moving up to challenging Inoue, which, you know, I don't blame him. But the possibility is there. You know, those are the fights that Bam would love.
My last thing on Roman Chocolatito, just because you were there for the sparring, you're familiar with Roman, you know what you have in Bam. In your opinion, does Bam beat Roman?
I think he brings the best out of Bam. I think because that's the way Bam is. You know, Gallo Estrada, like, honestly, not even myself, my son, we didn't expect that performance, you know, to just totally, you know, since the beginning, be so comfortable and be so good with his accuracy, with his footwork and everything. We didn't really expect that because Gallo is an experienced fighter, a very talented fighter, one of the best talented fighters, active fighters in Mexico. So we didn't expect it. So I think it'll just bring the best out of Bam. I think it'll be a great fight. Chocolatito has so much experience, throws so many punches that it won't be easy, but it will probably bring the best out of Bam.
What's more likely then? They go 12 rounds, or you can see Bam stopping Roman?
Man, you know, I honestly, with like I said, with Gallo, I didn't see Bam knocking him out quick, because it was barely in the 7th round. I thought the fight was gonna go later rounds and maybe get the stoppage, but in the later rounds with Chocolatito, man, you know, like I said, that'll bring the best out of Bam. But I would be kind of surprised if Bam does stop him, because Chocolatito is a warrior, man. He's a talented fighter. He's got so much experience that it wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, man. It's just like, even with those sparrings, like you could have like charged people to see those sparrings. Like you guys should have put them up on YouTube and charged like $20 for people to go and watch that sparring put live. You know,
the sparring sessions, we have all the sparring sessions, but you as a reporter, you know, you guys know, and everybody sees, you know, other gyms always posting sparring matches, always doing this and always doing that. I don't think you guys ever seen anything from my gym, because that's part of the gym. That stays in the gym. It's the way I see it. You know, if a young fighter is beating up on a 160 pounder, you know, in another gym, that doesn't mean nothing. You know, if you have 2 superstars that have sparred each other and one got the best out of the other one in sparring, that doesn't mean anything. In the gym, we get all that. In my gym, I get guys that have got dropped, guys that drop somebody else. You know, I've had a good day, a bad day, and it stays in the gym. You know, those are things that stay in the gym. I have all the my cameras are recording every single day. I could easily post a lot of stuff that's going on, but there's no need to. That's why it's in the gym and it stays in the gym.
Yeah, and it should be that way for a multitude of reasons. And, you know, the most important is your guys are there to work and practice and grow when they're sparring. On Bam, is it crazy to think? Is it too far of a stretch to see Bam go up against Inoue? I know there's been talk of that, and I know Bam did a few interviews where he mentioned that he could see himself facing Inoue. We don't know time wise but is this like the same case of like a Tank trying to fight Inoue, or like a Canelo and Crawford where like it's just too big of a weight class, or is this like a realistic thing for you guys?
It is very realistic. Look, Canelo started at 154, Tank at 135. So that's a big difference. With Inoue and Bam, they both started at 108. They both, it's just that Inoue's a little bit older. He's matured a little bit more body-wise and everything. That's why he's fighting at 122. Not because he's a lot bigger than Bam. I think with Bam, I think we're maybe 2-3 years from maybe if Inoue is still if he's still fighting, and if he's still around there, maybe even at 126, in the near future, because it would be just such a big fight that not only Bam and Inoue, but the whole boxing world is going to want to see. They are not far. I think 2-3 years from now, I think it's a fight that we could get.
Do you think it would be like at a real weight? Would it have to be like at a catch weight? Like, because I can't see Inoue coming down, or could you see Inoue coming down?
Well, if Inoue stays at 122, then yeah, if he could still make 122, and if he's fighting at featherweight, maybe because he wants to get another title at featherweight, but then could come back down to 122, then 100%. I'm not a fan of catch weights and all that. I know we've done it, where my fighters are, if they're a 140 pounder, we do the fight at a catch weight of 143. It's acceptable, unless it's a world title fight. It's acceptable. So everybody's done it, but for a big fight, a title fight, it has to be at the weight where the titles where the champion is. Not okay. You're a 122 champion, but we're gonna get him down to 120 to take advantage. I don't like that. That's not my style.
So knowing Bam so well, and knowing like the skills that he possesses, like in your opinion, how big of a problem is Bam for Inoue?
Well, when the time comes, 2-3 years from now, Bam will be 26, 27. He'll be in his prime. He'll be solid. He'll be strong. He'll be a grown man. So I think it's a problem for anybody, not just Inoue. Just like Inoue is a problem for everybody, I think Bam could be the same problem in the next 2 or 3 years for anybody.
Oh man, it's like power versus skill and technique and footwork. Like, oh man, that is a dream fight, and that's a fight that fills up a Tokyo Dome, especially in Japan.
I think we'll see it in the future. Honestly, I do believe so. I think 2 or 3 years from now, we'll get that fight.
2、3年後に実現する可能性があると言っていますが、あくまで質問に対する答えとして、漠然とした可能性について触れている部分もあると思います。やらないと言い切ってしまえば周囲の人を落胆させてしまいますし、場合によってはロドリゲス選手に批判の矛先が向いてしまう可能性もありますからね。
Oh man, that I want to be there for that fight. Definitely, that is a dream fight. With Bam, Robert, how many weight classes do you see him going up to and winning world titles? Like, I see like there's a big opportunity here for him to really solidify himself. Like I've said it before, like I feel he's already accomplished so much at this point to get him a Hall of Fame nod. But how many more weight classes do you see him campaigning in and winning titles in?
Well, you know what? It could probably be maybe pushing a little too much, but I think it's possible. He says he wants to be champion up to 130 pounds.
Oh wow.
122. I know he'll be very comfortable at 122, and eventually maybe 126. But he says his goal is to become champion up to 130. So that'll be, I think, 6 divisions.
Damn, there's only been, what was it? I think 2 people, 6 divisions, right? Oscar
and Manny.
Yeah, I believe.
Well, he wants
to be 6. Yeah.
He says he's brought it up. He says he wants to be champion up to 130. You know what? it's not impossible either. He's got the skills. He's got the skills. He'll be developing. His body will start getting bigger. You know, he's only 24. So 2-3 years from now, he could already be at featherweight.
Wow, man, that'd be an amazing feather in his cap, and also for you, Robert, as a trainer, to have trained someone that potentially could